What happened inside a quiet weaving studio in Scotland wasn't part of any royal plan, but it ended up saying more about Prince William and Kate Middleton than any carefully written speech ever could. Cameras were rolling, but no one expected this moment to stand out, and yet within hours, people couldn't stop replaying it. On January 20, the Prince and Princess of Wales arrived in Stirling to spotlight Scotland's heritage and the communities keeping traditional crafts alive. It was the kind of engagement that usually passes without much noise. Calm setting, warm smiles, polite conversations, nothing dramatic, nothing headline-grabbing, at least not at first. Inside the Radical Weaver studio, Kate was invited to sit at a loom and try her hand at tartan weaving. She looked completely focused, leaning forward, listening carefully, clearly enjoying the process. It wasn't performative, it felt genuine, like someone actually curious about learning something new. William stood just behind her, watching quietly, not interrupting, not taking attention away from the moment. Then something small happened, so small that it would have been missed entirely if someone hadn't been filming from the side. Kate casually slipped off her blue tartan jacket and placed it over the back of her chair. No words, no signals, just a natural movement. And almost instantly, William stepped forward and picked it up, holding it for her without hesitation. There was no smile to the camera, no exaggerated motion. He didn't look around to see who was watching. He simply did it, as if it was second nature. And that's exactly why it struck a nerve. Fans who saw the clip online described it as effortless, instinctive, and surprisingly intimate for a public royal outing. Some called it old-school chivalry. Others said it was pure husband behavior. What stood out most wasn't the act itself, but how unplanned it felt. It didn't look rehearsed. It didn't look like something done for optics. It looked like muscle memory. And that's what made people start talking. In a world where every royal move is analyzed, scripted, and sometimes criticized, this moment felt different. It happened in the background, while attention was supposed to be on heritage looms and community craftsmanship. There was no attempt to draw focus. If anything, William seemed almost unaware the moment would be noticed at all. Online, the clip quickly took on a life of its own. Comment sections filled with people pointing out how rare it is to see something so normal from such a high-profile couple. Others said it reminded them why small gestures often mean more than grand ones. No dramatic hand-holding, no public declarations, just quiet consideration. Some fans went further, suggesting the timing made it even more meaningful. Over the past few years, William and Kate have faced relentless scrutiny. Their roles have evolved, expectations have intensified, and rumors about everything from their workload to their relationship have circulated endlessly. None of that is new, but moments like this seem to cut through the noise. It's important to say this clearly. A few seconds of video don't define a marriage, and no one can know what goes on behind closed doors. But what people reacted to wasn't a claim about perfection. It was the feeling of authenticity, the sense that for a split second the cameras caught something real. This also isn't the first time William has shown this kind of quiet support. Over the years, there have been similar flashes, stepping back so Kate can take the lead, subtle gestures of reassurance, moments where he seems less like a future king and more like a partner, making sure the person beside him is comfortable. None of these moments are loud, but together they create a pattern that people recognize. And maybe that's why this clip resonated so strongly. In an age where everything feels curated, viewers are drawn to what feels accidental. A jacket being held, a task being learned, a second of thoughtfulness that wasn't meant to be noticed. By the time Kate finished at the loom, the moment had already passed. No one mentioned it. The visit continued as planned. But online, that brief exchange became the highlight of the day, not because it was dramatic, but because it was human. Sometimes the most powerful moments aren't the ones staged for the front of the room. They're the ones happening quietly in the background when no one thinks they're being watched. And that's why this simple gesture, lasting only a few seconds, ended up speaking louder than anything else from the entire visit.